Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today is Monday, 29th August 2016. So we start with our prayers. Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatya uttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naistiki Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So we are going to discuss today chapter 9 of the second canto. Answers by Shukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. In the 8th chapter we read all about the various questions asked by Shukadeva Goswami. So now, asked by Parikshit Maharaj. And today what we are going to discuss is answers by Shukadeva Goswami. So we will chant one shloka. I don't have the Sanskrit today, so we'll just manage with this. Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Atma Mayam Rite Rajan
Atmamayam Vartate Rajan.
Parasya Anubhavat Manaha
Parasya Anubhava Atmanaha.
Na Ghate Tartha Sambandha
Na Ghate Sambandha.
Swapna Drashtur Ivangjasa
Swapna Drashtu Ivandasa.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Atma Mayam Rite Rajan
Atmamayam Rate Rajan.
Parasya Anubhavat Manaha
Parasya Anubhavatmanaha.
Na Ghate Tartha Sambandha
Na Ghate Tartha Sambandha.
Swapna Drashtur Ivangjasa.
Swapna Drashtu Ivandasa.
Sudeep Prabhu. Slok number 1, Mataji.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Atma Mayamrite Rajan
Atma Mayam Rite Rajan
Parasyanubhavatmanaha
Parasya Anubhavatmanaha
Naghate Tartha Sambandha
Na
Ghate Tartha Sambandha
Swapna Drashturivanjasa.
Swapna Drashtur Ivangjasa. Thank you, Prabhu. Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Shri Shukadeva Goswami said,
Shri Sukadeva Goswami said,
Atma,
Atma,
Supreme Personality of Godhead,
the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
Mayam,
Mayam,
energy,
energy,
Rite,
Rite,
without,
without,
Rajan,
Rajan,
O King,
O King,
Parasya,
Parasya,
of the pure soul,
of
of
the
the
pure
pure
soul,
soul,
Anubhav Atmanaha,
Anubhava Atmanaha,
of the purely conscious,
of the purity consciousness.
Na,
Na,
never.
never.
Ghateta,
Ghateta,
it can so happen.
it can so happen.
Artha,
Artha,
meaning.
meaning.
Sambandha,
Sambandha,
relation with material body.
Relation with the material body.
Swapna,
Swapna,
dream.
Dream.
Drashtuhu,
Drishtu,
of the seer.
of the seer.
Iva,
Eva,
like.
like.
Anjasa,
Anjasa,
completely.
completely.
Translation. This Shukdev Goswami said, O king, unless one is influenced by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no meaning the relationship of the pure soul in pure consciousness with the material body. That relationship is just like a dreamer seeing his own body working. So please repeat. Sri Shukdev Goswami said,
Sri Sukadeva Goswami said,
O king,
okay,
unless one is influenced
unless one is influenced
by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
by the energy of the Supreme Personality of God,
of Godhead,
there is no meaning to the relationship
there is no meaning to the relationship
of the pure soul
of the pure soul
in pure consciousness
in
in
pure
pure consciousness
with the material body.
with the material body.
That relationship
That
That
relationship
relationship
is just like a dreamer seeing
is just like a dreamer seeing
seeing
his own body working.
his
own
own
body working.
Thank you. So you can mute your mics. We'll discuss. So if you remember, Parikshit Maharaj asked some very, very wonderful questions. The whole chapter, was full of questions only. And now Shukdev Goswami is going to answer all this, and we were excited when we talked last. Unfortunately, we could not meet on Thursday and Friday because of Janmashtami and other festivals. So I remember everybody was saying, yes, we are excited to know what's going to happen. What will be the answers of Shukdev Goswami. So now he starts giving the answers. So here he is saying that it's Maya, we are under the influence of Maya. So if you are not influenced by Maya, then there is no meaning to what? Relationship between pure consciousness with the material body. Because once we are away from Maya, then everything becomes one. Meaning, then you have a spiritual body. Because spiritual body only you will be safe from Maya. Otherwise, Maya will always attack. She cannot attack a spiritual body because her control is over only the material world. So he says, if you think, then in that case, sometimes in a dream we see our own body working, doing something different. So this relationship will be just like a dream, unless we are free of. What is trying to say that this whole material life is just like a dream, because in the dream we see so many things which are not true, everything is there. So same way here in material life, so everything is like that, We think that we are the body, just like a dream, because we are not the body. And we start acting on the material platform, like on the bodily platform in the material world, so which is again not recommended. I mean, you can imagine how much effort Srila Prabhupada put in this one sentence. You are not the body. He will go on talking about it again and again and again. And everybody sitting in front of him will say, yes, Prabhupada. Yes, Srila Prabhupada, we agree. But then when you come back home, then you start acting exactly opposite of what we have been talking. So that's why, because why all this? Because we are still not at the level of purity. We are still hankering for so many things, right? Okay, as a devotee, the hankerings come down, but still Maya is so powerful that she drags us again and again. So Prabhupada giving some nice examples here, he says that it's just like a person wants to become a king, but he has no qualification. So we also have no qualification in many things, but we want the best of it. We want, and actually, in the material world, my material guru, who was also spiritual to some extent, of course, he was not a Krishna conscious. He used to always say that in the material life, you always get what you deserve. And we used to argue with him. No, sir, we deserve more, but we don't get it. He said, no, you always get what you deserve. And then some boy said, sir, now look, you are just giving us 800 rupees. I'm talking of 1970s. You're just giving 800 rupees, which is not enough. I should be getting more. So he said, you deserve only 800. No, sir, I'm MBA and I've done this and I've done masters. He said, if you've done all that, what are you doing here? The very fact that you are accepted this job is because you deserve it. Otherwise, he said, nobody stopped you. The whole world is open. You can go and find a better job but you will always get what you deserve. That is one classic instruction. So this Maya is external energy of the Lord. And then because of under Maya, influence of Maya, we have this wonderful, wonderful thing with us, which is I and mine. We can never ever get over it. We can, but we don't want to. Because then, we feel that, if I don't do that, then, what about enjoying my possessions? It's mine. I bought it with my hard-earned money, So we want to do it. And then the Shastra says, don't do it. Bhagavad Gita throughout talks about that. Don't do it. Don't get attached because you'll be in problem. But we are stubborn. Luckily, we all got some hope because we have decided to ultimately give it up, right? Take up to Krishna consciousness, develop a higher taste, and then give up the lower taste. That's the goal. And then if we remain steady under the guidance of a superior authority who can guide us properly, that's the spiritual master, then there is a hope. Not hope, that's actually guarantee. Sometimes Prabhupada used to give a guarantee that you will go back to Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan in this very life. Don't have to take so many lives. Provided you follow. You follow what? The footsteps of the Acharyas. Footsteps of the Mahajanas. So, Shukadeva Goswami says, the moment we come in contact with Krishna and then Krishna consciousness, and we know our constitutional position, he calls it a constitutional glory, then you can start enjoying. That's the real enjoyment, and which we experience, right? We experience that enjoyment most of the time. Sometimes, as I said, we get caught. We get caught in the business of I and mine. And thus, it's difficult sometimes. We find it difficult. But then, you can experience in your own life, whenever we are surrendered, whenever you have felt that we are depending on Krishna now, life becomes very easy. No more fear. Because that's the only thing which is hampering our progress is the fear. What will happen? Suppose I give up all this. Suppose I give up the worship of the devatas, and what will happen? So we have to come out of this misconception. Shukadeva Goswami says there are no two ways. It's not that you can continue that and you can continue this also. And the Prabhupada list, we have this wonderful thing like my family, my community, my caste, my province, state, then nation, then continent, and you become planet Earth and so on and so forth. We just keep on extending. Like I remember, when we are children, you must have experienced this with your own children also, that the two children will compete with each other. And he says, I'm greater than this. And then they'll go on. And then they suddenly find that there's nothing, beyond. Now their imagination runs short. So then he says, okay, I'm greater than everything, But still that I remains, right from the childhood, we have that. I am the supreme. I'm the boss of the house. I remember the best sticker I got was, so the husband, is saying, I am the boss of the house and I got the permission of my wife to say so. So that's the situation, So the question comes, why does Krishna put us under Maya? What is the need? Even when we are discussing traveling from one planet to other to ultimately reach Satyaloka, the very first thing which happens is you have to go through the planet of Agni. Why? To purify. The gold, silver, everything gets purified when it is put in fire, right? It's for purification. So Krishna also gives us this tough time to purify us. There's a nice example of a bamboo, bamboo tree. Somebody he's very fond of bamboo, so he brings one bamboo small plant with the roots and all, and then plants in his garden. And then he plants so many other things also, other trees. And then this bamboo guy, he keeps watching the other trees and they just grow. Some grow very, very fast, within 6 months, 1 year, they start giving fruit. And some are after a couple of years. But this bamboo is like, even after 2-3 years, it just remains just grown by another few inches, that's all. So he always cries and, he prays and he says, why this treatment to me? So one day, Krishna has some compassion on him and he just says, why are you crying, my son? Because Krishna is the seed-giving father of everything. So this bamboo says, oh Krishna, why this? Everybody is growing so fast, nice. Why I am not growing? So Krishna says, when you grow, ultimately, you will be taller than all these, what you are seeing. But you know what? Because you have to grow tall, your roots must be solid. So right now, I am nourishing the roots and making it strong and strong and strong for you, so that when you grow, and even if there is a wind or something, you will be still safe. You can see sometimes the bamboo bends all the way, but it again stands back. Very few times you will see a bamboo falling because of the wind or something, because the roots are deep. They go deep, deeper than others. So same way, for a devotee, the roots have to go deeper. Then only we can serve Krishna. If roots are not allowed to grow deeper, and what are the roots? Sadhana. That's why we have the sadhana, hearing. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Every day almost we do that. Just few of us. There's so many who joined enthusiastically and some dropped out for some different reasons somewhere. Somebody says, my child is sleeping now, and then somebody says, I have to take care of my husband now, and somebody's husband says, I have to look after my job now, So when we don't want to do something, Krishna has given us intelligence to give excuses, right? But when we do it, we have that sense of accomplishment, right? At the end of the day, that yes, today This morning also we went for one Bhagavatam reading. There's a group of Matajis, they read every day Bhagavatam. Not every day, I think they read once in a week. They go to somebody's house and read one chapter, like what we do generally. So I was there and same thing. Few of them are so enthusiastic that they'll be there every time. They're not supposed to be there today, but still they were there somehow. They managed. So anyway, this is all question of priority, and people have genuine problems also, not that everybody is free. So the basic thing is how long we want to get stuck to this I and mine. Because I am, my constitutional position, as Shukadeva Goswami says, is to surrender to Krishna and serve him, right, as a master. That's the constitutional position. And mine, what is mine? Nothing, right? Nothing is ours. We are just custodians of something. When we buy a house, we are custodian of the building. Or a rented house, again, we are just there to take care. That's all. Nothing belongs in the real sense. Because somebody may say, oh, no, Prabhu, I got the sale deed, I got it, the stamp paper, everything is there, they have given me registration. You are saying it's not yours. I am talking of a larger picture. I'm not talking of, right now you got a deed. Just before you bought the land, land was still there. Somebody else was having it, right? So you're not a permanent owner. And anyway, we have to kick the bucket one day and then again gone, somebody else's name, it will come in that. So, Krishna, Shukadeva Goswami says, he became pleased with Brahma when Brahma did this tapasya, ghor tapasya. And in devotional mood. So then he said, Krishna became very happy with his bhakti. Penance in bhakti yoga. There are penance, dry penance and bhakti yoga penance. There's a difference. Bhakti yoga means we try to use everything for Krishna's service. That is the real bhakti yoga, yukta vairagya. So he says, he showed his transcendental form to Brahma. That's the ultimate, right? To have Krishna darshan. Brahma was fortunate to have his darshan in his heart. And then he says that darshan itself purified him to the extent that now he is empowered to be the secondary creator. And Brahmaji, because he is the first living being, is also the first spiritual master of the material world. And when he was born, like he came in the lotus, he didn't know where he was. And he didn't know from where he has come, from where this lotus is coming, for example, like he was wondering what is happening. He looked around, he could not understand anything, no direction, just he had heard two words, two letters, tapa. And so what to talk of creation? He didn't know what the process, he didn't know what to do, And then, as I said, he just heard those two syllables, ta and pa. And then he says, it's explained by Shukadeva Goswami that the one first syllable was taken from the 16th and the other from 21st of the Sparsha alphabets. Ta and pa, they come 16th and 21st in that series. And both joined to become what? The wealth of renounced order of life, They are like our wealth is money. The wealth of a sannyasi is tapa, austerity, tapasya. So when Brahmaji heard this sound, he didn't know because nobody came in front of him and told him, he just heard the sound. So he wanted to find out the speaker, who is the person who is speaking. And then he started searching in all directions. Then he was wondering what to do. So he decided that, okay, let me sit in the lotus seat firmly and give attention to what was told to me. Let me do my tapa as he was instructed, He didn't want to speculate too much. Although he tried, he came down also. That will come. So he just sat in his lotus, fixed there, and did penances for 1,000 celestial years. It's a Devata calculation, not our calculation. And then when he finished, he heard a divine voice from the sky. And then he accepted it. And then he controlled his mind and senses, and then that way he set an example for everybody else that if you want to achieve, if you want to follow the instructions of Krishna, then you have to be ready for performing austerities. And that's why Brahmaji still today is called as a Ghor Tapasvi. He's 1 celestial years, Prabhupada says, is equal to 6 into 30 into 12 into 1,000 of our years. Multiplied by like that he performed. Celestial year is not our material year, the worldly year. So Krishna became very pleased with him, with his penances. And then he manifested his personal abode, Vaikuntha. And then this Vaikuntha, all the saintly people, everybody is hankering to be there. Because Vaikuntha. Kuntha means misery. Vai means no. So Vaikuntha means no misery. Vaikuntha is a place where there is no problem whatsoever, whatsoever. And that's why, and in that place, because there is no problem, then everybody is fully engaged in service. There are no excuses, not excuses required because you are doing it with joy and pleasure. I suggest that you should all read these purports, so wonderful. I'm just trying to give the essence, but then purports will give you much more about these shlokas. So, Shukadeva Goswami says, in Krishna's personal abode, Goloka Vrindavan and the Vaikuntha planets, the mode of ignorance and mode of passion are not there. But wonderfully, even the mode of goodness is also not there. The influence of mode of goodness is not there. There is pure goodness. There is no ordinary and material goodness what we have. Dharamshala, charity, this, that, being going to work on time and being honest, etc., etc. All those things. No place in Vaikuntha planet. And there is no time. I keep telling that there is no influence of time. So, how does Maya work there? No way. Maya, Shukadeva Goswami says, Maya has no place. Because Maya needs all these ingredients, different modes, time, which is all missing. And then there is no discrimination there between devatas and human beings and other jivas, Everybody is at the same level as a servant of the Lord. There's a very long purport by Srila Prabhupada on this. So now he starts telling about the inhabitants of the Vaikuntha planets, how they look and so on, what qualities they have. So he says they have a glowing sky bluish complexion. When the sky is blue, how it looks. The same complexion these Vaikuntha Vasis have. Their eyes resemble lotus flowers. Their dress is exactly like Krishna, yellowish. And their bodily features are very attractive. They're all young, like a Nava Yavana. And they all have 4 hands. That is one thing you should remember, always. that even extended to the dhams here, Jagannath Puri Dham, Vrindavan Dham. Prabhupada says all the original proper citizens have all Chaturbhuj form. We don't see that, but they all come to serve Krishna in his pastimes. So then they're all very effulgent, pearls and all those descriptions are there. And then some are looking like coral, some are looking at diamonds, and garlands on their head and earrings. Sometimes you see in these mythological, so-called mythological serials or movies, they try to show, but they're poor fellows, they can't use real jewels on all these hundreds of characters there, so they just use all plastic. Pearl is also of plastic, everything is plastic, then plated with gold, golden plating. And then he says the Vaikuntha planets are all surrounded by airplanes, brilliantly situated. And then all the planes are personal planes of these Mahatmas and devotees. Ladies are beautiful like anything. And then, so it's very, very wonderful place. I saw a model of that in Melkote near Mysore in Karnataka. They had made a small little model of Vaikuntha. Of course, you cannot make what is described here because Vaikuntha has no limitation, but we have solid limitation. We cannot do that. But just to give a little idea about what exactly it is. And then here he says, in Vaikuntha planets, Lakshmi ji is happily serving Krishna lotus feet, And then there are black bees. Spring is the season always, Everybody is engaged. And it's not that only one type of engagement is there. Any now and then, because there is no restriction to your body, you can perform any of the services. So they're all singing the glories of the Lord, serving Him. It's one person, but there are trillions and trillions of people serving Him, and He's ready to accept the service from everybody. That is God. You might be also, you may have 100 servants, for example. Can they serve you personally at the same time? They'll have to come one by one or maybe two at a time or something like that, right? But Krishna can expand. Krishna can expand and give opportunity to everybody to serve Him happily. So Lord Brahma had this glimpse of the Vaikuntha planet, and then he saw the God Krishna, Lord Krishna, and then Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi ji. And then he saw the Lord of the universe. And then he saw Nanda, Sunanda, Prabala, Arana, all these associates of the Lord. Brahma had a glimpse of them. And then he saw Krishna leaning towards his servants, talking to them very sweetly. It's a personal talk, and they're joking and smiling, and and then when he saw Krishna, he was mesmerized. He was devastated in awe and reverence. Everything about Krishna was so attractive for him. And then he saw the Srivatsa mark on the chest of the Lord. And of course the Kaustubha Mani and Vajantimala and so on. And he saw that the Lord was sitting on his throne and is surrounded by different energies. He was surrounded by, he says, 4, the 16, the 5, and the 6 natural opulences, along with insignificant energies. He says, all these energies, so many Shaktis, Krishna has so many energies, all serving him. And Brahmaji could see that. So this way, when he was seeing Lord Krishna, he was overwhelmed with joy within his heart. That is the ultimate test of our devotion. If we are not happy with seeing the Archa Vigraha form of Krishna, for that matter, the one form that we have at home or in the temple, then we should just forget about calling ourselves a devotee, or thinking that yes, I'll get the pleasure somewhere else. No, these are all Krishna's expansions. Prabhupada says Krishna has mercifully, full of compassion, agreed to come in this form, worshipable form. And one must, every day when we see the deity, our eyes should be full of tears. Natural, spontaneous tears. Sweet tears, not salty tears. That's the difference between a material tears and the spiritual tears. Spiritual tears are sweet. Material tears are salty, when you can taste it sometime. So this way, Brahmaji was enjoying that position of the fruit of his tapasya of 1000 celestial years. So the Lord saw Brahmaji and he accepted him. And then he said, yes, this person is worthy of creation. He can do that. So he is controlled and he will follow the instructions. Then Krishna is very happy with him, satisfied. So he just shook hands with him. And then Krishna starts now addressing Brahmaji. So we'll stop here and tomorrow we'll take up what Krishna tells Brahmaji. Okay. So thank you very much. We'll stop here. And if you have any questions, comments, we'll take it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have two questions. So, Brahmaji went and met Krishna himself or Vishnu form? As you said, it's 400. So,
I mean, see, the thing is, he saw Vishnu
okay.
in that way. But you know what happens? It's very difficult for us to distinguish. So, when we are describing, for example, we are describing this and we think that, oh, Krishna is not there. So why discuss? But no. Because Vishnu is personal expansion, is a Purusha Avatara. So he is as good as Krishna. Except the 4 qualities of Krishna, the Vishnu Tattvas also have all the 60 qualities, right? And Lord Vishnu himself has that quality in full also. So we don't distinguish so much. When it comes to relationship, then we prefer Krishna because we can have a personal relationship with him of any level. Whereas Lord Vishnu, we have to have a very awe and reverence, only one type of relationship. But while describing the glories, I personally feel that they are, same. I don't want to miss the rasa of glorifying Krishna.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
And Prabhu, one more thing, as you said, Brahmaji himself met Krishna and he was purified.
Yeah.
Later we see that, I heard that maybe in Bhagavatam, I'm not sure, I think it's there that, when he created Saraswati, he got attracted.
Yeah.
So, when he became purified, how can that happen?
See, this is what happens, Purified doesn't, it's like, just give a small example. You get a driving license, right? So now you are a qualified driver. But does that guarantee that you will not commit a mistake? Even after, okay, license is there, so you can drive. It has been given to you. Same way, you have been purified, but you can misuse your purification. And that's what Brahmaji did. And he actually, we'll see, that will come now, that he left his body. He has to leave his body. And then he got another body. So this is what happens, that is why our acharyas say that sometimes people ask these questions, about Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all that. So we go by the scriptures and see that there are instances where these personalities were came under some illusion, minor, very minute illusion, but still. Whereas Krishna himself or Lord Vishnu, they were never under illusion, whatsoever. So that's where we say nobody is equal to or greater than. Otherwise, what is the meaning of that?
Okay. Thank you.
So you can see, in our society also sometimes somebody is there for 30 years and he just bloops, and then somebody says, "Oh, Prabhu, 30 years he chanted, but then he blooped." Yeah, so blooping is not it's an option. You can do so many good things, but you can still bloop. Not supposed to, but there's always, not that everybody is blooping. See, the thing is that if everybody was blooping, then you say the process is wrong, because everybody is blooping. Look at that. But somebody down the line, jumps the line, doesn't want to follow. So what you can do?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Question, comment? Pavitra Gaura Prabhu, any question? Or Karthik Prabhu?
Oh, I'm fine, Prabhu.
Okay.
Yeah, so like one thing actually. So like Vaikunta, you said, I mean, Brahma ji actually saw Vaikunta, but Krishna Loka is above Vaikunta, right?
No, yeah. Krishna, Brahmaji doesn't get permission to go to Krishna Loka. All this he also saw in his heart only, he did not say eye to eye.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why Brahmaji is envious of sometimes, of the devotees, because devotees simply was just saying, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. You are just going and playing with Krishna. And Brahmaji has to, wait for 1,000 celestial years just to shake hands with the Lord Vishnu. That too in his, heart only.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Now, Prabhuji, one thing, how to understand, he saw everything in his heart,
See, how Sanjay was watching the whole show. If Sanjay can get Divya Drishti to see outside, not Brahma can get the Divya Drishti to see inside.
So inside, as in Vishnu Lok is there, or how that is?
It's there, very much there. But as I said, it's everything is qualification. If you are qualified to go to Vaikuntha, then you will go to Vaikuntha. Then you don't have to see it in your heart or something.
Okay.
But Brahmaji somehow is hankering for that. He wants it. That's why he does so many things, just to have that ultimately. So he's a chosen one. He's exalted. He's a devotee, pure devotee. But still, because he did not accept that in the first place as a servitorship, relationship, because sometimes you will see that these personalities, they also speak impersonal philosophy. That's why he is worshipped by both personal and impersonal.
Okay.
Yes.
Sanjaya also had, so when Krishna showed the Vishwarupa to Arjuna, Sanjaya also had a glimpse of that Vishwarupa, right?
Yeah, but Vishwarupa is again material form. We saw that, right? We are discussing Virata Rupa, which is a material form only. It's only materially transcendental, but it's not the real form of Krishna.
So it's not spiritual then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this. Okay.
Brahmaji is also material. He is not spiritual, because they're all everybody who is in material world is material. Simple. Only when you transcend the material world, cross the 7 layers, go through the Karana Sagara, then Vaikuntha start. Till that time, everybody is right from, Prabhupada always says from a small ant to Lord Brahma, everybody is influenced by material world.
So that material transcendental form was seen by Sanjaya and Arjuna.
Exactly. Because you are sitting here in planet Earth, which is material, and there are 7 more layers to go. So how can you see the spiritual world sitting here? No chance.
And that form itself was magnanimous.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what. Because Prabhupada says that this form was for the benefit of the atheists and impersonals, because they generally otherwise will not accept. But when then the Lord showed that, so now they are scared. Oh my God, he can be like that also. So he must be something. So it's like putting a little seed of devotion into them. That okay, now do you at least accept that Krishna is a God? And they reluctantly will say yes, because of they cannot deny. Can they deny there is no Vishwarupa? They are writing commentaries on that. Chapter 11 of Bhagavad Gita tells everything about that, and so you cannot say that no, it's all imagination or something like that.
Yeah. So even Shankaracharya says Krishna is the only God in Gita Mahatmya.
He says it, but then his followers don't want to accept that. Problem is never with the acharyas. Problem is down the line. When he said that, what is that? Bhaja Govindam, Mood Mate, right?
Yeah.
Or the Nirvisheshwadi say that he is saying that only those who are having Mood Mate will Bhaja Govindam.
Oh.
So they are calling us Mood Mate because they are saying because you are calling Govindam, you are on Mood Mate. But actually what he is saying is, you stupid person, you moron. Worship.
We have the names of Govinda.
Yeah.
That is very bad, Prabhu. Who mentioned that actually? So like all the impersonalists are saying that or?
They will, you talk to them, they will give this excuse, that, see, we are beyond this, they will say, we are ourselves Krishna, so we don't have to worry about all these other things. That's the best explanation, right? You can always say yes. Like, one time I was asking somebody that why you are having tea, just now you did so much puja part in the morning, and now you're having a tea. Yeah, this tea doesn't affect me. He says, I'm Brahmasmi. So tea doesn't affect me. It affects you people because you are still not Brahma. You are still in Maya. Anyway, it's fun time with them. Prabhupada used to have a lot of fun with them.
Okay, bro. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Hari Bol.